Hello, my friends. This is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot, and I was guided this morning to do a reading for you guys. I'm just going to turn this down. I like to play music while I'm doing the readings, but sometimes it's a little too loud. Okay, so today I looked at the clock and it was 11:11 on my clock in my kitchen, and then I looked at my phone and it was 11:11. So I think it's a perfect time to do a reading this morning, and this is a timeless reading. So whenever you find it, I will have an extended reading. The link will be in the description below to go to Vimeo to purchase the extended reading if you're interested. And the extended reading will go into more detail and usually a lot more specific detail for you guys. Okay, so today's reading is called First Impressions. So after your date, what's your first impression? So first date impression. All right, so this is assuming that you have someone that you're going to go out with or you're thinking of going out with. And how will the first date go? So we're going to pull cards for the masculine and for the feminine. And don't get hung up on that, because we're just talking about the masculine energy versus the feminine energy, the yin and the yang in the connection here. So it could be any gender, really. But okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And with that, let's tune into the piles. So we have pile number 1, which is the orange tea light. We have pile number 2, which is the blue tea light. And we have pile number 3, which is the yellow tea light. Okay, so go ahead and choose your pile. In the extended video, you'll find the name of the video plus whatever pile it was that you chose, so you can go to your pile. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to pile number 1, okay? So pile number 1, you guys chose the orange tea light candle. I love how pretty it looks against the green on black on this card here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. We're talking about first impressions after your date, or what impressions you will have after your date. The masculine energy is going to be the top pile that I pull, and the bottom pile is going to be the feminine or the yin energy. Okay, so after your date, spirit, angels, and guides, please help me discern for pile number 1, after their date, what initial impression is the masculine going to have versus the feminine. Okay, so let's take a look, you guys. These cards are, the card stock is a little bit interesting, so they're a little more awkward to shuffle with, but I love the images on them. This is the Light Seers deck. Okay, so masculine. Okay, let's get the cards out. I have 4 of Swords for the masculine, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Wheel. Okay, and for the feminine, I have the 7 of Cups, the Star, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Wands. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so with the Page of Cups, there definitely is interest. I see that there is interest here. And I do feel like Spirit has had some hand in this union and is saying, okay, all right, yeah, this could work. However, you know, there's a pig flying up in the top of the corner here. If you can see, there's a pig flying, and then there's just, you know, feet in the sky. So it might be that, you know, you both are interested, but you're like, okay, when pigs fly, right? And and one of you might be feeling like this will never happen. Like, it's good in theory, but it might, like the connection may be like, you guys might be a little bit, trying to think of the right word, like disbelieving that it can actually happen, right? And so I'm also going to draw here too. This is a another oracle card here to get the overall energy. But Page of Cups is actually really good for a first date. I don't want to, you know, create any kind of like misgivings here, because Page of Cups is actually a really nice card for a first date. And we see potential. Yeah, there is potential. And that's the Page of Cups. Those are the pages in general, is where we see potential, you guys. So there is potential here. I can see that there is also like this look. These two have about the same kind of look. About like, like they look like they're really thinking and considering and not quite sure. Okay, so I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's a slam dunk, but I do see some potential here. It looks like there is potential for, like you're both a little bit skeptical, but there is potential that can come through here. Okay, so for the masculine's energy here, the masculine has been in a phase where they've just kind of needed to be on their own and by themselves. And they might have gotten pretty used to kind of being alone and being by themselves. And they might not, you know, they might be kind of like, you know, hesitant because they don't want something to disturb their energy and their flow. And even though the masculine is on the top here, I can see that they're very much, you know, have been in a yin state. So they've been in a very receptive feminine state, and they've been in a resting state. And you know, this, we've been through a quarantine, obviously, and we're still in quarantine to some extent here. So the masculine looks like, you know, he or she, whoever's bringing the masculine energy here, has been, you know, resting a bit and taking a break from things. But I do see this person being protected right now by their guides and their angels. And love is trying to find this person, but they have, you know, they have some walls, and they're kind of, you know, a little bit stuck to their walls. Love has been trying to find this person, and you know, I just got the saying in my head, there's an old song called "That's Just Love Sneaking Up on You," right? So I do feel like love could easily be sneaking up on this person. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So your person wants to find somebody that they can, you know, be evenly matched with, because they don't want to be with somebody who, you know, who's like above them or below them. They want to be with somebody who's equal to them, and where, you know, the vibe is comfortable and there's really good conversation. And, you know, I think that your person is going to feel like you guys had a comfortable vibe and you had good conversation. And it was nice. It was a nice vibe. And maybe you guys are going to hang out outside together, or maybe spend some time in a park, or go on a hike together. I'm also seeing the number 63 here, if that means anything to anyone, which reduces down to a 9. So, you know, maybe someone's birthday has a 9 in it, you know, like September 9th or October 9th, something like that. But I do see that, you know, your person their first impression after the date is going to be that, you know, you have your shit together and they do too. And even though they've had these walls up and they've been very in their head, and they've been taking a break from dating and taking a break from a bunch of things in their life recently, that they're kind of ready to get back out there again. And like I said, with this potential card, you know, she's got her hand up like this. It's almost like, okay, all right, like kind of looking at somebody like, all right, this could make sense. This could make sense. And with the King of Swords, I do feel like there's going to be good conversation. With the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel like there's going to be attraction, natural attraction there from your person is going to feel, attracted to you, and is going to think that, you got it going on. Like you're a woman or a man that, is, well, like you take care of yourself, you're financially stable, you have like on paper, you're like, you meet a lot of their criteria. I think they're going to be impressed with you. I think this person likes to have good conversation and wants to be around somebody who can have good conversation. And I think your person's going to be impressed with how you carry yourself and the man or woman that you are in the world. And I definitely see here that your person feels that there is a lot of potential, and they'd be willing to take another spin with you. They'd be willing to test it out and see what happens, maybe go on a second date. We have the letters T, A, and R on here. And this is showing me like your person is willing to, try their luck, basically, with this situation. And they do look like, they look like they're, they're feeling pretty good about it. They could be of two minds a little bit. And like I said, a little bit, there could be a little bit of skeptical, kind of like, is this too good to be true? Is this actually, could love actually find me? Could this actually happen? I think your person's been in retreat mode for a while, but they're coming out of that now, and they're wanting to have interaction. They're wanting to have good conversation. They're wanting to impress you. I do feel like they're wanting to make sure that they impress you. And you guys might be a little bit different at first, is what I'm getting. Like they might feel like you guys are a little bit different, but in like the way you approach or the way that you act, but you're both secure and comfortable in who you are and what you're doing. So there shouldn't be a problem, right? That's what I feel like your person's inner dialogue is going to be. And I do feel like your person is, kind of like, well, after the date is like, all right, I'd be willing to take a chance on this. Their life might be a little bit chaotic right now, and they might be in a bit of a, just kind of like see where things take them kind of a vibe, and they might not be super committal, and the feminine might be wanting more commitment here and like deserving commitment, and the masculine might be a little bit more like, laissez-faire with that. But I do feel like they're very interested, and I do feel like they think that there is potential here. For your energy, I do think that you have been exploring your options, and I do think that you have been trying to carefully consider what's right for you. And I do feel like there's been some questions for you about what it is you're actually looking for, right? What it is are you actually looking for? And your person might ask you that, hey, what are you looking for? And, it creates some thought in your mind here about that. And I think you are looking for, with the star here, you're looking for a very unique connection. You might not be looking for, I'm not seeing anywhere here with the feminine that you're looking for something like very stable or very like, you might be, but you also, with the Queen of Pentacles, your person might think that you're just a very together person. But with the star here, I'm feeling like you could be looking for something very unique and different. And that that you're going to have to sort through a lot of different energies in order to find that unique, that one unique relationship that you're looking for. And there might just, you might just be kind of, in a different space with that. You might not be wanting the same thing that everyone else wants in a relationship. You might be wanting something very unique and trying to be very thoughtful about what that means for you, okay? And We have the Ace of Wands here, so you definitely want to spark it up with this person. I think your first impression after your first date with them is going to be positive. I think that you're going to like be really interested in this person, and I think that you this person might be a little bit like, you know, in their head, and they might be like a little cool, like their behavior might be a little bit cool towards you, like really rational and cool, and like not letting you in right away. But I do see, but they're very intrigued with you. They are very intrigued with you. They might say something like, I've never met anybody like you before. You turn them on mentally. I do feel that you're gonna turn your person on mentally. And I can tell for you that, you know, yeah, you wanna have this unique kind of different relationship than you've had before, but I also feel that, you know, you want to have a sexual relationship too with the Ace of Wands here, and that's something that is important to you. And with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, I think you're gonna feel excited after the date. I think you're gonna be like, yep, this seems pretty fun, and it seems like something I could get into. And I think you're going to be very hopeful about it. And, you know, you might have, you know, the feminine in this connection could be very attractive and be very interesting and have a lot of options. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to say to the feminine in this situation, like choose quickly. I was going to say choose quickly, choose carefully, because, you know, you are beautiful and you have a lot of options, and you don't have to go with just kind of the first thing. You can look at other options too, and you don't have to feel like completely, you know, pulled in by this option only. So I see the feminines in a very dynamic phase right now and really wants to play and have fun, right? Like you're careful about the people. You're picky. You don't want to just go and be with anyone. You're very thoughtful about picking who you'd want to be with, right? But I can see that you are also like, you know, ready for something. You're ready for like something a little to add some spice and some excitement into your life. And I think you're both thinking about like, could this be really fun and interesting? Like, could this actually be like a really sweet connection? This connection has potential, right? There's both of you are a little skeptical. I see a little bit of skepticism in there. But I do feel like the feminine is going to be very happy and wanting to, you know, possibly have some kind of a sexual relationship. Yeah, very much so. But you're going to want whoever you're with to respect you and to. So if this person has to respect you, and I do see that this person respects you, like they might behave a little bit cool towards you at first, and you know, act like they're cool at first, and kind of like not, you know, but this person's gonna like, they're gonna be like, okay, I do think that they're going to notice you and see you, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and the Queen of Pentacles is hard to miss because she's looking good, she's smelling good, she's got her shit together, right? And I can see that you're in the mood for somebody who's very dynamic and interesting and has a lot going on and passionate. Like you're interested in someone who's a lot more passionate than maybe what you've had in the past here. Let's pull a romance angel. Okay, so we have trust. Yeah, so there is potential here. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So there's potential, but, you know, I think both of you kind of are like a little bit question marky here. Like, you know, and truth be told, it takes more than one date to like, you know, build some trust between people. Pay attention to the red flags. Okay, so the signs are cautioning you. So if this person, the only thing I'm going to say here, pal number one, is if your person behaves in a very cool way towards you and doesn't really like share a lot of themselves and doesn't really like, you know, show like who they are, isn't able to articulate who they are, and can't really show, you know, it just behaves to you in a way that kind of just makes you feel like cold, then yeah, that's a red flag. You don't want to you don't want to do that. So give your relationship a chance, and playfulness are here, meaning that, you know, give it a chance, see how it goes. Like we said, here's potential. We've got potential here. So I do see, you know, first impressions are going to go well, but where it's all heading, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, where it's all heading, who knows, right? But we'll get more into that into the extended reading. So if you're interested, go to the description box below and click on the extended reading. So thank you so much, pile number 1, and I hope you have a great first date. Hope you enjoy yourself, okay? And with that being said, let us move on to pile number 2, okay? So pile number 2, if you picked pile number 2, you picked the blue tea light candle, this beautiful blue, and we're going to take a look at today. What are your first impressions? If you're interested in the extended reading, you can click on the link below to go to the extended reading to get more juicy details, more sexual details. And I know, you know, a lot of people don't do things on the first date, and that's fine. But, you know, we're looking at the potential here, and we're looking at first date impressions, okay? So we're gonna pull energy for the masculine and for the feminine. Masculine will be in the top row, feminine will be in the bottom row. And don't get hung up on that. You could be the feminine in the connection, but having the yang energy, okay? So we're talking about yin and yang here. Spirit, angels, and guides, please help me intuit what the masculine energy here is after the first date and the feminine energy. What are the first impressions here? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we have Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. So we had Page of Cups in the last reading. So Page of Swords is all about communication and messages, and if somebody had your social media before your first date, they could be watching you on social media or trying to find you on social media. They could be kind of like spying on you. That's oftentimes the energy of the Page of Swords. But I do feel like communication is going to be, you know, a central point here of your guys' first date. All right. So I see for the masculine here, maybe your friends, let your friends help you. Maybe this is a blind date that your friends set you up on. It could be just, you know, an online date. I'm also going to draw one of these oracle cards here to get the overall energy before I jump in. So spirit, angels, and guides, please help me get an overall energy for pile number 2's reading here. I love these green cards. Actually, I forget the name of them right now, otherwise I would say it. Okay, so we have perspective, all right? So there's a perspective that is impacting this, you know, connection, this first date that you're gonna have. And I think you're gonna have some different perspectives. And it depends on how you see it, right? On how you see it depends on how it will go. So, you know, it could be that basically here, so what I want to highlight is that I do think the masculine in this connection is going to have a really good first impression of you. They are going to think that you're marriage material. They're going to think that you're sexy and beautiful. We have the 10 of cups and the ace, or we have the 10 of cups and the ace of cups, and we have the queen of wands and the page of wands here. So I do think your person is going to feel motivated to move towards you, and they're going to feel like strong. Like I feel like they're going to feel like this is a strong connection, and they're motivated to go towards you, and they're definitely interested in pursuing this further with the ace of cups, and that they put you on somewhat of a pedestal here. with the Queen of Wands, like they might think that you're above them and that you like they're the Page of Wands, you're the Queen of Wands. So you might be older than this person, but this person's gonna definitely be interested in pursuing something further with you. No question about that. There, like I said, there could be an age difference here, or you could just be more mature than this person, or like have your life set up more than them. You may have more years on them, which just makes you wiser in certain ways. This person is a Page of Wands, but they're very, they're very strong. Like they have a strong body. They have a strong libido. That's the other thing. This person has a very strong libido, and, you do too. I get that the feminine does as well, but you're pretty choosy and picky about what you go for and what makes sense for you. So I feel like, your person is envisioning, like you guys having a beautiful life together after, 5 minutes of being on your first date. And you might remind them of somebody from their past. I'm getting like you might actually remind them of somebody that they knew a long time ago, or somebody that they knew in a past life, or you knew them in a past life. This person's gonna feel drawn to you, and they're gonna be like, for no reason, they're gonna feel very drawn to you and drawn to pursue you. We go from the Ace to the 10 in the cup suit. So this person's gonna feel emotionally attracted to you, and their perspective is going to be that when they see something they like, they go after it, right? And you might be a little bit more hesitant than that, but they see you as a queen. They see you as a Queen of Wands. They see you as beautiful, as sexy, as like being really sure of yourself. They see you as very confident and very creative, and that you have a lot going on for yourself. So I think your person's going to be like, hell yeah. And I think their perspective is that, you got it going on, right? I think they're going to be very into you. All right. Now, for the feminine side, for your side of it, this is where things get a little more, they get a little bit different here with the fun. That's why we're talking about the perspective card here, right? Because it is truly in your perspective. Like your person sees a lot of hope. They see that this could be really cool. This could be an interesting connection. They're sexually attracted to you. But I see here the feminine is a little not sure. Now with the Four of Pentacles here, you could feel like not sharing a lot about yourself with this person. You could feel like, for some reason, just feel like you don't want to give this person a whole lot. Like you're just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, good for you, but what have you got? What are you doing in life? Like, okay, you might be feeling a little protective of yourself as well here. Like you might have been hurt in the past, or you might have had a bad relationship in the past, and therefore you're feeling a little bit guarded. I do see that you're guarding your heart chakra a little bit, and that you're kind of suspicious, all right? So maybe it's something that this person says to you with the Page of Swords here that you're like, ugh, like this person has already, I feel like before they even meet you, this person's already like, I'm sold. Write the check. Good. I'm sold. I'm done. Like, cool. I feel like you're more reserved. You're definitely more reserved in the conversation, the details that you share about yourself. And it could be that this person says something that you're like, that kind of just, you don't love. All right. And with the Nine of Cups, you could want to, like kind of let go on the date a little bit. Like you might be in a situation where, you're so busy and you're working so hard and you've got so many things going on in your life that you just want to have fun on the date. That you're like, you know what? I've been working hard. I've been doing all these things. Like life hasn't been as fun lately. I just want to have fun and go out with someone, right? Where your person's already wrote the check and signed their name on the dotted line. You're kind of like, I just really want to have fun and enjoy myself, right? But you're kind of your own worst enemy on that for my feminines here, because you want to have fun, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to let go, but you're still kind of miserly here. You're still a little bit, not feeling it. And I do feel with the Five of Swords here that, you could be kind of judgmental towards this person. Like you might have some judgments on them and think, well, they're not doing much with their life, or they're not, what I thought they were going to be, or, they're just the way that they communicate, or their immaturity. There could be an age difference here. Like, I don't know. I'm getting the feeling here with the Five of Swords that you're feeling like the communication has some issues, and that you're not like super into your person's like excesses. Like maybe they drink too much on the first date. Maybe they push too hard on you on the first date. And you're just kind of like judging that a little bit. I do feel that you have a bit of a judgy energy towards your person. Either that, or you're judging yourself harshly for wanting to kind of jump into this connection. And maybe you have been working really hard and you've just been tired, and you want to flirt. We have flirt here. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. You want to just flirt and have fun and enjoy yourself. You don't want everything to be so damn serious. Like you've been working hard. And so maybe you're being a little bit judgmental of yourself here as well. And, you need to understand, like, it's okay to want to have some fun and enjoy your time with someone. And we have make the effort. Yeah, so for my feminines here, like flirt and make the effort. Don't go into this situation already turned off. If you're going to go on a date, try to have fun, okay? And try to reserve your judgments a little bit. Now, sometimes people say or do things on a date and you're just like, that's not my person. That's not it. I don't think so. Right. And then you Ten of Swords the person. You're like, nah, no thanks. I'm not into it. And, you could really like shoot this person down if this person could really try to, like, I see them really trying to snuggle up with you, really trying to flirt with you, maybe trying to give you a kiss on your cheek, and you're just like, no, so I think, it's all perspective here. And I think you really want to go into this date with, the perspective of, I just want to have fun and chat with someone. I'm going to reserve my judgments, and I'm not going to like literally Ten of Swords someone and just be like, nah, bitch, get out the way. I don't know. I don't know why that's a song that came up in my head as I was thinking of like, or what is that? Move, bitch, get out the way. Like, you don't want to be saying that to your person within 5 minutes of meeting them. Give them a chance. Give them an opportunity to speak, and understand they might be a little bit nervous around you too, because they could be putting a lot like of weight on the connection and the fact that they already like it and they're already into it. So, just give it a chance and try to have some fun. All right. And, even if the date isn't like, even if you're not like super attracted to this person, or you're just not feeling it, or you just decide at the end, I'd rather just stay at home with my books and my cat, or whatever it is for you, at least, you can have fun. All right. At least you had fun on the date and you didn't like completely waste your time. Okay. So make the effort, flirt, try to have a different perspective and not just jump into judgments. Okay. All right, so if you guys want to find out more about your person and what it's going to be like and what they want to do and what their intentions are, you can go to the extended reading and we'll have a new spread there, okay? So check the description box for your reading on the extended. All right, my pile number twos, thank you so much and enjoy. Okay. Next, for my pile number threes, we have the yellow tea light, okay? So for those of you that want to click on the extended reading in the link below, it will take you to get more juicy details about your person and what their intentions are with you. and, you know, dig further into this. But for now, let's go ahead and draw some cards and take a look at what are your first date impressions going to be. So the masculine's going to be on the top and the feminine's going to be on the bottom. And don't get hung up on it. The roles can reverse. It can be yin and yang. All right, who's ever representing the yin and who's ever representing the yang in the connection. All right, so with that being said, let's look at the masculine. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, the Fool, and Five of Pentacles, okay? And for the feminine, Eight of Wands, Five of Cups, Page of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. Okay, guys, and we have Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So we're gonna, before we jump into the reading, let us, you know, let us pull a card here. All right, let us pull a card. Oh, we have perspective. This is the one we got in the last reading, okay? And we have patterns on the bottom of the deck here. So we have perspective, which is all about, you know, that's what we're trying to find out here, really, is the masculine's point of view and the feminine's point of view. And we're trying to see, you know, after a first date, it's like, well, do we share the same worldview, right? Do we share the same perspective on life and what we want and what our goals are for the future, right? And you kind of try to assess that a little bit. It takes longer than a first date to figure that out, but, you know, we try to work through those issues. So right off the bat here, I'm seeing that the masculine sees you as a match and a divine counterpart. So the masculine's like, hell yeah, you know, King of Cups, Queen of Cups, no better pair than the King and Queen of Cups, all right? And your person might really want to initiate things immediately with you because they're like, you know, just really like, whoa, I didn't realize this. I didn't see this coming. And now I'm like completely entranced with you and I'm completely like, you know, taken with you. I see this person is like almost not paying attention because they're so, you know, this could be a person who's very idealistic and easily becomes in love with the idea of love. And, you know, really just like if their heart, they wear their heart on their sleeve and sometimes they don't really pay attention and they might have been, you know, naive in past relationships thinking that, oh, everything's going to go perfectly. Everything's going to be amazing. Nothing like, this is my person. You know, they might be one of those people that think that like every person that they meet is their person. So I think, you know, there needs to be a little bit, you know, and the only way that we find out who someone is, who they truly are, is by getting to know them more. This might be a person who, once they figure out who someone is and who they really are, like their perfect dream is ruined and shattered, and that, you know, they think all is lost, right? And they feel that, you know, like they might have had situations in their life where they were very in love and very into someone and then everything turned around on them. The situation turned around on them. So it's really important for your person to ground themselves in reality, all right? The Five of Pentacles has to do with Capricorn energy. And so it's your person needs to ground themselves in reality and not be mopey and not be, you know, like either it's fairy tales and romance and beauty and grace or it's nothing, it's horrible, right? So your person needs to ground themselves. And we have with the Ace of Pentacles here, this is all about, as the card on the top of the deck here, it's all about grounding ourselves and really, and I see this almost pentacle here, this Ace of Pentacles is like ground yourself, okay? Take things one step at a time. So I think after your first date, your person's gonna be like, hey baby, like let's get married, you know. I think they're going to be like very idealistic about your connection and wanting to move things forward, and then boom, reality hits them and they're like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and you know, their perfect dream is kind of shattered. And so if your person displays these tendencies or talks about this in prior relationships, like things that have happened, I think you want to pay attention to that. It might also be that your person has had some very challenging past relationships where they've been cheated on and they've been hurt, and you know, they felt left out in the cold. And you know, they could tell you some stories about that on your first date, and they could you know, be like, you know, even though they've had that happen to them, they still believe in love. They still believe that like love is possible, and they're willing to have a new beginning with you. Okay. They're willing to, even though they went through these experiences, they're willing to have a new beginning. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. It's like, yes, we're willing to have a new beginning here. Now your person might also have some dire financial situations as well, and be a little bit foolhardy with their money. And with their heart. And that's, you know, they need to grow up with that. And I think they're looking for someone who can stabilize them and who can help them grow up more, is what I'm seeing here. Now with the Ace of Pentacles here, that the universe wants to offer you guys something here and say, look, you could be each other's rock. You could be there for one another. And you could help each other, you know. But it's up to you for the feminine pile here, if you really want to do that. Like, it's up to you, because do you guys have the same worldview? And you know, with the Eight of Wands here, I feel like the feminine is going to feel like communicating more, talking more, but I also see this kind of, because it's with the Five of Cups here, I do think that this person could possibly remind you of an ex, and could possibly remind you of, you know, some situations that you dealt with in the past that didn't turn out favorably for you, and that may make you want to move in a different direction after this date. And honestly, for my feminines, you might still be healing from a broken heart here. I do feel like you could still be healing from something, and that you're quite defensive right now. And you could really kind of just be in a mood to like do your work and to like not have so many relationships right now. And you might just be in a period where you need to sit with your feelings about a prior relationship that's ended, and where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? And I definitely see, you know, it does seem like this person is a hard worker, and that you are noticing them, and you're noticing their hard work and what they do in the world. And you're like, wow, okay, this person, you know, tries hard, they work hard. And I feel like that is a favorable takeaway for you, that they try hard and they work hard. But you might also see your person as kind of a gloomy character, that, you know, or you actually might feel gloomy as a result of chatting with this person. Like, I don't know, like I'm just kind of still in my own feelings about something else that happened, right? And so it could cause you to realize, like, never mind, I'm not ready to date, I'm not into this, I'm gonna go my separate ways here. But I also see, like, after you get through this energy, I see you wanting to, you know, get back out there, and I see things stabilizing for you, for my feminines. And there are offers out there for you. You know, the universe wants both of you to be grounded and to have realistic expectations on your date. If you are the feminine and you've just gotten out of something, then have a realistic expectation that, you know, enjoy the person for who they are. Don't spend the time thinking about your ex or what did or didn't work in the past, but enjoy the person for who they are, and just try to take them in as a separate entity. And for your person, they need to, you know, modify their energies a little bit here and come down to reality and ground themselves more, okay? And those are the perspectives that are going to be with you on your first date. Now, we will, in the extended reading, get into like more of what are their intentions. We'll get into more of like the sexual aspect of things and what their intentions are there and what's behind things. But for now, let's pull a couple romance angels here and see what the romance angels have for advice on this connection, on this first date impression. Past life relationship. Yeah, like I said before, your person, you might feel like you know your person from a past life, or, you know, that could be another reason why your person just is so willing to just, you know, run off a cliff for you, basically. Like they're just guided by their senses and your smell, and you know, they're just kind of in love with being in love. And I think they feel like, yeah, this could be a past life relationship. Flirt. Okay, so it's okay to flirt, even if you're like heart, for my feminines, even if your heart has been a little hurt in the past and you're dealing with things and you're moving on from things, it's okay to flirt and have fun. All right. And retreat. Okay, so you might feel like I said, you might feel like after this date that, wow, you know, I'm not quite ready yet to get out there and I need to retreat a little bit more and I need to do a little bit more work here. Or you could possibly decide that you guys want to retreat together and have your own little, you know, enclave and do your own little thing. All right. So we'll find out more on the extended reading about what this all means for you, pile number 3. We have passion here. So there could be a lot of passion in this connection. And, you know, there could be the potential for some good passion here. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the extended readings. If you feel so inclined, please join me over there. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.